Okay, the session is recording. Thanks for joining. So please go on mute. So guys, let's continue the concept for Terraform. In the last session, we have successfully installed the Terraform on Windows Server, and we have configured and we have verified and working fine. So today, the concept is few companies and few projects, they'll be setting up the Terraform on the Linux machines as well. Some people, they'll be using um, open source platforms like operating system, they'll be using that. So we need to learn those installation procedure as well. Before installation procedure, so first you need to understand what is meaning of Terraform providers. So that's a concept in real time. So there are so many providers to support HashiCorp Terraform, to managing the infrastructure built with the Terraform code. So see, these are the topmost providers: Amazon Web Services, Azure, Google Cloud, Kubernetes, Alibaba, huh? So Oracle Cloud, so many services, okay, companies are type and they'll be communicating with the Terraform, they'll be doing some automation works. Okay, so now based on your provider, so which one you are selecting, based on that you need to work on that kind of the resources who will be managing that. Okay, and you start learning the terminology. You need to start learning the terminology. So provider to provider, the terminology will change. So you need to stick on to one or two service providers for the Terraform management. Most of our environment nowadays AWS only, our training. So even Azure, Google Cloud also very popular. Maybe Azure trainer will teach Azure related resources. I'm teaching Amazon Web Services related resources. So now here official partner community based on providers are there. So you can select this. Okay, you can put filter and you can select this. Okay, so AWS I'm selecting here. So you know, right, this is a public cloud, and the life cycle of AWS resources, including these all services, will be we can managing and maintained, okay, with the HashiCorp. So there are different services level. Okay, so how to download and configure the modules, they clearly given the shortcuts they provided. So let me explain. I hope you guys have an idea about a VPC. I'll show you. So how the VPC environment was set up there. So now you can see this AWS VPC Terraform module. So you can usage this syntax complete code, you can take it and you can implement in your Terraform code, and you can start is my screen is visible?
Yes,
Hello.
yes,
Visible.
Raj.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Visible, sir.
Somebody is sharing the video camera. So can you please stop it, please?
Yeah, Raj Reddy, can you stop your video?
Yeah, Raj Reddy, please stop your camera, please. Okay. So now, based on that services and sub-services features wise, there's so many syntaxes are there. So guys, you don't want to write these all the things line by line, not required. Okay, you can utilize this particular module, you can take this and you can frame a sentence, okay, and you can apply and you can run the program. So slowly I will teach basic modules, how you need to prepare and how you need to understand how to modify with the notepad or maybe Visual Studio Code. then we can do the small tasks. Okay, then you can easily build your environment. That's not a big deal. Okay, but you need to understand the concept. That's very important. So can you please raise your hand? Okay, everybody understand VM creation? Everybody understand the VPC networking concept in previous sessions? So no more pending items from my side, right? So that I would able to complete this concept without any delay. So because if you don't have knowledge on VM creations, if you don't knowledge on S3, if you don't knowledge on VPC, I would not able to explain because of you will keep on raise the questions, what is S3, what is VPC, and all. Whoever not attended, maybe not confident about the technology or features. Okay, first you need to go, maybe you can take the recordings and you please go back to the recordings and you can watch that and you can attend this class. Okay, that's very, very important. Now you can see this, the first one, usage module. Module is nothing but when we are calling any services in AWS, we will use module. So like that, based on the module, so the services will be changing. Example here, the module is VPC. And now I'm going to another tab. I'm selecting here. Here, module is web server security group. So here, what is the purpose of we are using module? For web server security group. So security group purpose we are using. Okay. So like that, every services will be changing this particular module. Now source. This source will be is a common area. Okay. Terraform AWS module, VPC AWS. Here source, Terraform AWS module is a common security group AWS. So like that, a standard source path will be there. So you don't want to remember, just you have to look at this. And now when you're creating the VPC, what are the information we need this? So I'll show you the parallelly two screens so that you can easily understand that. Okay, you can easily understand it. That is drive. My AWS screen is visible to you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, visible.
Now I'm going to the VPC service. In AWS VPC service, I'm available now. So when you want to create a VPC, what are the information is needed? You can see this. When you create a VPC, so complete VPC, if you want to create, what are the information is available, you can look at here. The VPC, the name, IP address, and now availability zone, number of public subnet. So NAT gateway, this information will be available. See, whenever I'm selecting, automatically it will modify this complete structure. This will modify this complete structure. Suppose the VPC name is demo VPC. Okay, the name is demo VPC. Maybe if you give the name demo, already VPC will be automatically adding here. And CADR value, probably I'm changing here 192.168.0.0 /16 I'm providing here. Then it is asking for subnets, number of public subnets. Here, 2 already selected. Number of availability zone you want to select. So 2, customize if you have any availability zone A and availability zone B is selected. Suppose if you're changing availability zone D, automatically changing here. Maybe if you availability zone, 3 availability zone if you selected, I can select 1 availability zone A, 1 will be B, another one will be D. Automatically will be changing this concept. And after that, number of public subnets is needed. So if I'm selecting, number of public subnet is 3. And CADA block. So NAT gateway. If you anything want to configure NAT gateway, we can select NAT gateway, automatically adding the NAT gateway here. We'll be communicating this. So when you're taking the scroll, you will see the communication path in this particular user interface. Okay. So once after that everything, if we click create a VPC, the VPC will get created. The same stage you can create a with only VPC. First we can create a VPC, then after that subnets, then after that routing table, then after that NATing table that we can create. Based on our request. Based on our request we can create. Yes, that is possible. But this entire process I can automate with the Terraform. Even Terraform, even CloudFormation also is not is also possible. So now this particular entire information will give you information to build your VPC completely. So now up to here, we have selected which module I'm currently working. Once it is modules was loaded automatically, so this particular work will continue. So if anything is wrong here, this line number 3, it will not continue because the main is module. So Terraform work with almost all companies. So the top branded companies. So we are using the Terraform code to creating the infrastructure. So now this VPC is creating is an infrastructure service basically. VPC also infrastructure service. The complete one we will be creating with this single piece of code. Next time when you're deploying, only changing the names and deploying it and automatically create a new environment. Suppose when you're creating the name, so the name will be my VPC and CADA block will be providing 10.0.0.0/16 they're providing. And availability zones will be selecting either 1 availability zone or 2 availability zone, 3 availability zone. The availability zones we have selected here. Based on the availability zones, the private subnets we will be selecting this. What are the each availability zone, what are the private subnets will be there. So like a 10.0.1.0 is one subnet and 10.0.2.0 is one subnet. 10.0.3.0 is one subnet we created. So total 3 private subnets are created and within this particular CADR range and 3 public subnets they created like a 10.0.1.10, 1.20, 1.30 that was created. Okay. So Gopi, yes, you are true. So VPC pairing is pending. So that's why I'm coming to this HashiCorp class. Okay. The parallelly, I will complete the topic. So one real-time scenario we can build here, both code level and normal user interface level, GUI level we can practice. So only VPC pairing concept is pending. I already explained. So VPC class is already completed. Only VPC pairing is pending. Are you clear? Amit? Nahesh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Right. So we don't worry about that. VPC pairing, I'll be taking care of this program on. Okay. I'll take one real-time scenario we can build here. Now, coming to this, availability zones are ready. Based on availability zones, we have public subnets and private subnets are created. So what is the next requirement? Okay, NAT gateway. So why NAT gateway is required? Any reason? The NAT gateway, whatever the private subnets is available, the private subnets, they will get internet connection without providing the directly internet gateway. So that's the reason we are using the NAT gateway. And the VPN gateway is there. VPN gateway we will be using to communicate remotely without public IP address. So guys, VPN gateway and NAT gateway concepts are completed already.
Yeah, completed.
Right. So then going for tags. So Terraform equal to true environment is a development. So this is not a production environment. We are creating the dev. So Terraform true environment dev. So what are the dev environment is configured is successfully ready. Then the same code they'll be changing to prod. Okay. Maybe before prod they'll create a UAT, user acceptance tester, the environment they'll create. So every company, it has a dev environment, UAT environment, that's called test environment. And the third one is a pre-production and production environment. Some companies, they'll be directly production. Some companies, they'll maintain the pre-production and post-production environment they'll maintain. So mostly maximum 3 is fine. Very few companies are maintain only 2, testing and a production environment. So this is a code will be helping us to creating the infrastructure. Coming to external NAT gateway IPs is there. So how we can set up this external NAT gateway? So now again, so in the same structure, we will add the additional requirement. So resources AWS EIP is needed. So guys, NAT gateway creation, NAT gateway, if you want to create the NAT gateway, they required elastic IP address. That's a public IP address to share the internet connection to the private subnets. So now we are requiring one public IP address is needed. That's a elastic IP address. AWS underscore EIP is there. So definitely you will be facing some problem in this particular program when you're writing. What is the problem? Sir, how can you remember these particular names? Okay, for this, so we have a concept called there is a resources option will be there. The resources options are available in this particular page. Okay, so whenever you're free, you please look at this. When you're free, look at this for multiple times. Multiple times. Suppose now come here and there is a concept called AWS EIP is there. AWS, go to Control F, AWS underscore EIP. Hit enter. Directly, this concept is there. You can check this. The complete concept they're explained here about EIP. Okay. So first elastic IP address, second elastic IP address, like that we can create. Understood? So for every particular resources, okay, particular every resources is available in this particular page. I'll share this link. Whenever you're free, you please look at this because it's a very difficult to explain all the scenarios. So services wise, resources are available. Services wise, resources are available. You can check this. Data source resources, elastic compute resources. So everything is resources are available. And the example usage also they clearly explain in this article. So you need to read very carefully. This is a verified one. This is a verified official page. It's not a fake page. So if you get this certificate or logo, so that is called completely verified. Each and every topic, each and every line, whatever it is there, officially verified between Terraform and AWS team. So now you need to take this information and you can check that. So these IDs are just for example, they'll be creating, and based on your requirement, you can change the name between the inverted quotes and the name tags, the values you can change as per your requirement. The data source name is AWS underscore EIP. That's a data source name. That's called resource name. Elastic IP address. EIP means elastic IP address. Now come back here. So now whenever we are working on elastic IP address NAT, the count is 3, VPS is true. And now the module VPC we are selecting, and we are enabling the NAT gateway. And additionally, external NAT gateway we are configured, and elastic IP address also selected here. Suppose NAT gateway scenarios are there. What are the NAT gateway scenarios? So there are multiple NAT gateway scenarios are there. You can check this. One NAT gateway per subnet. One subnet, only one NAT gateway if you are selecting. This is the module you can use. Single NAT gateway, entire environment, only one NAT gateway you are maintaining. So you can follow this. One NAT gateway per availability zone. So entire availability zone, example availability zone A, availability zone B, availability zone C is there. Only availability zone A, only one network address translation is needed. That's called NAT gateway is needed. We can select that. But you can tell me which one is the costly. When you're creating the NAT gateway, definitely will be chargeable. Okay, which one is a more chargeable in this out of 3 plan?
One NAT gateway per availability zone.
Per availability zone. Okay, anybody? One NAT gateway per subnet is a more charges. By default, that option only available. Because in one availability zone, you have a 10 subnets means all 10 subnets, one subnet, one NAT gateway, they'll use it. So 10 NAT gateways means 10 elastic IP address. 10 bills will be charged in your account, which is the most costly configuration here, highest configuration here. One NAT
Default,
gateway per subnet.
default behavior.
Yeah, which one is the cheapest one?
Single NAT gateway.
Single NAT gateway. That's correct answer. Okay. Coming to one NAT gateway per subnet. Okay. So how you need to configure it? So now you can see this. What are the information they'll be provided? You can look at this. Database subnets, elastic cache subnets, private subnet, redshift subnets, infra subnets. So guys, what you understand after your reading these names? What you understand after reading these names and you look at these IP addresses? These all are which subnets? మనం ఈ నేమ్స్ అన్నిటిని చదివితే మనకి ఏమని అర్థమవుతున్నది? What you understand after reading this? Which subnet it is?
Private subnet.
Sorry?
Private subnet.
Private subnet. That's correct answer. Okay. These all are private subnets. So these all private subnets. Each subnet, okay, one NAT gateway, we are allowing it. One NAT gateway, we are allowing it. So here, 5 NAT gateways we need to create for 5 private subnets, which are specified here. Okay. So you can check this. Any subnet is overlapping with any other subnet here? Any subnet is overlapping with any other subnet?
No, sir.
Huh?
No.
My question is, any subnet IP address range is overlapping with other subnet?
No, sir.
No, that's the correct answer. Now come here, single subnet. Okay, single subnet means single subnet true. This is the keyword if you are selecting that. Only one subnet NAT gateway is enough for everyone. Okay. So this is the way the concept will be created in real-time environment. So directly, if you are writing the Terraform code, the first code when you're writing, so that will be very difficult. So that's why I'll be diverting your mindset. So how look like the Terraform, the code will be, and what is the structure? So that will be showing here. This is a README information, inputs. So about this particular topic, the complete information they will be explained. So based on your free time, you please look at this. I will explain few things. You can check this. Now, input items. Amazon side ASN. So autonomous system number is there. So basically this number will be identifying a separate virtual private gateway identification they will be using. Whenever you create any resources in AWS, the number will get generated. So that is called ASN, autonomous system number will be there. AZ stand for availability zones that are regions names is required. Region IDs is required. You know regions IDs are there. Okay. How can you check that region IDs in Amazon Web Services? Huh? How can you check that? So go here on the right side, if you drop down list, and these are the IDs, region IDs will be there. And inside the regions, availability zones there. Availability zones ID is also available. This is called availability zone ID. CAC1, AZ1, CAC1, AZ2, like this availability zone IDs will be available. This is availability zone name and this is availability zone ID. So you need to provide a availability zone ID. So like that, you have a CADR. So CADR, you know, already explained it. IP address range, CADR, class inter-domain routing. And coming to create an internet gateway. So you set true. True means it will create it. That's it. Internet means it will create. And create a database NAT gateway route. So database NAT gateway route default no, because of due to security reasons, we should not provide the internet connections to the database subnets. That's the security reasons. So like that, so this is the inputs they'll be provided. So slowly you can read this and you can improve the knowledge. Can improve the knowledge. So directly Terraform writing is not possible. Maybe it's easily they're showing in the page that much of not easy. Okay. Lot of knowledge and experience, visibility, logical thinking is required. Coming to dependency. So the provider dependency, is the greater than 5.0. So this is the version is required, the plugin is required to manage it. So whenever you are updating and managing the environment, the latest version only will get created. So these are the resources we discussed as of now in the networking side. So these are the resources are available only in, especially in VPC concept. 78 resources are there. 78 resources. If one day if you are practicing for VPC, yes, that will be great. You're not able to practice entire all 78 resources, at least 1 or 2 hours in a day, you please check that. So like that, weekly or 2 to 3 resources, you can please check that, cross verify it. Any other than question? So what is the base structure of Terraform code? I'm coming back. So I'll be showing some kind of view all model providers. I'll show you EC2. EC2 I'll show you. Okay. So coming to the AMI, suppose you want to declare your AMI. So how you need to create? The resource name is AWS AMI. That's okay. The name, whatever the name is there, that's the example. And now the name is example, Terraform example they provided. Virtualization type is a HVM. Okay, HVM means hardware assisted model. Hardware assisted model. So that is a shortcut we called as HVM they'll be provided. So I already told you in the day one. So AWS is completely depending on the virtualization technology only. They used a Nitro hypervisor, Zen hypervisor. They're building the network hosting virtualization technology to create a service. So by default, this completely Linux structure /dev xvda. This is the drive location where you can create the operating system. So IMDS support, this is a version will be version 2.0. You can put this. So EBS stand for Elastic Block Storage, and this volume will be created /dev/xvda, and volume size is 8 GB. Suppose 8 GB means it's a Linux machine. And snapshot we are taking. With this snapshot, you need to create a image. So with the snapshot only, we are creating our AMI, right? That you know, right? So the snapshot ID we need to provide. That's it. When you run, the snapshot will be taking, and with this configuration in this location, so the AMI will get created. Coming to the AWS instance. Okay, AWS instance. How to create AWS instance? Now you can see this, the data. So where you want to AWS AMI, I'm selecting the Ubuntu operating system. And especially in the Ubuntu operating system, we will be taking most recent. Yes, true. And filter the name, the values you are providing. This is the name of the server. So 20.04, the AMI will get selected. And filter, it's a virtualization type. It's not a physical server. The value is a HVM, the owner. So whoever I'm creating, whoever the logging into AWS account, the person, the AWS account, a 12-digit ID. And apart from that, resources, AWS instance, AMI name, we need to select that. And based on the AMI, we need to select the instance type, T2 micro or T2, T3 medium. So whatever the instance type is there, we are looking for, you can select that. Tags, the name equals to, we can give the server name. So just the given hello world. And the spot request instance example. In case if you spot request, if you are selecting, this is the normal basic one. If you are spot request, if you're creating, you can select spot request. And apart from that, if you are selecting any network items, network items we need to select that. Network items, right? The VPC information and the tag information. What are the resources subnet we need to select that? CAD block we need to select that. Availability zone we need to select. So once you selected, finally we can click finish. So this will create an instance for you. This will create an instance for you. Suppose you want to assign one EC2 instance, one tag. You can see this, how you can provide the tag. Any other question? Almost 70 to 80% of the work they already provided in these pages. So even expert also, they'll come here and take the information, the framing the sentence and the structure of the script, and they'll be preparing it. Okay. Can you please ask me any other question, any other services need to be explained here? మీకు ఏదైనా డిఫికల్ట్గా ఉంది ఒక సర్వీస్ అని చెప్తే నేను దాన్ని ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తా కావాలంటే. Because of I know that networking is a little bit tough subject, so I have taken the concept. Maybe other than this, anyone, if you are looking for, yeah, you are welcome. No questions?
Rajesh sir,
Yeah, tell me, Anand.
honestly speaking, I'm actually in this stage. Whatever you have covered right now, this topic is not easy to understand me.
Mhm.
I don't know because many
This
topics
Terraform
related to
concept, the
many
Terraform
topics.
concept.
Yeah, Terraform also. And the first introduction also be, I don't know whether you have covered or not, because introduction, why it is using and in which environment, why it is needed. This thing also need to be
You're asking for
introduced,
the
which I'm not able.
networking concept or the Terraform concept?
Both. Actually, I don't know the use of the Terraform also in the DevOps, and according to that, the networking is also be not able to understand. So that's why it is difficult to understand this session.
Hmm. Okay, so whoever joined in this batch, just can tell me, not understand the VPC concept. Anybody?
Yeah, actually, Rajesh, you didn't told VPC to 8 a.m. batch. I think we didn't covered anything in VPC still now.
VPC is not covered.
Yeah,
Completely.
that is
Yes,
completely
sir,
not covered
VPC you have
in
not covered.
covered in
Actually, 7 p.m. 7 a.m. session,
uh,
you have covered that.
7 a.m. we have covered, right? So that time you
yes,
are not joined that class. Huh?
yes.
Okay, fine. So can you please raise your hand, whoever joined the class at 7 o'clock? Whoever joined the class at 7 o'clock for VPC? So Mahesh is joined. Likita, if you already completed, also you can raise your hand. Likita, Manisha, Padma, if you already completed your VPC, you please raise your hand.
In 7 a.m. class also the VPC peering is pending.
No, no, I already
Uh,
told you VPC pairing is a
Apart of
story
that,
module that is not covered. I
NAT
already
gateway
told you
VPC is that
leave
was
about
covered.
that. Okay. VPC pairing, again, I'm telling you, only one concept I was not explained. Okay. Because I need at least 2 hours of time to explain the concept. Not possible during the weekdays. Weekends only it is possible. Okay, don't comment that. So leave that point. And apart from that, if you're attended, not understand the concept, please let me know. Manisha, Manisha. Okay, so no problem. So how about the EC2 creations? How about the EC2 creation concept?
That
Windows
we know.
mission, Linux
That we know.
missions, EMIs.
That all
Are
we
you
know.
comfortable?
Yes.
So then what we need to do, we will be explaining the EC2 topics going forward, okay, with a Terraform explanation. And post that, we will start the VPC class. Then one class I'll take separately, and how to set up the networking concepts, how to set up the networking concepts with the help of Terraform. That's fine, no problem. Okay. So honestly, I'm telling you, okay, VPs is one of my favorite topic. Okay, my favorite and a very tough subject. Okay, maybe if you're not understand means maybe if you're not joining the class continuously. So this is correct, right, Amit? Maybe one day you're joining, one day if you're not joining. Is that happen in the morning, seven
At
o'clock?
7 a.m. Yeah, 7 a.m. I have randomly joined, not a regular.
So we can leave about it because of how it will be. It will be not good taste. Okay. If you continuously if you're joining in the VPC class, now that's a wonderful class. Wonderful class. Okay, it's my favorite topic. So that is not understandable, nothing is there. If you're continuously joining, 90% you'll be practicing. Okay. Because of I can understand almost this batch, okay, 7 o'clock batch. I have explained the concept networking very beautifully. So the diagrams, connectivity flows, okay, for 1 week of basic classes, after that the BPC topics, I clearly explained that. I clearly explained that. Because of before my classes, this batch I was given the more time and more interest, I was prepared this. Okay, you know that. So I'll show you. So if you go to that 7 a.m., 6:30, this is a one basic networking. This will be there. Okay. So this is the concept LAN, WAN, IP address, everything is clearly explained. Okay. That's why I requested to everyone join the morning batch. So I got a feedback because of it is not possible to join at 7 o'clock early. Okay, no problem. So this topic again we will teach, not a problem. So anyhow, the PPTs, everything is available. We'll take separately and we will continue this. No problem. See, every concept is properly it's created. So again, we need to start from the LAN. So in this case, okay. So whoever joined 7 o'clock, okay, if you completed, no problem. If you again you want to rejoin this class, you're welcome. But right now I'm in the Terraform continuous flow. I'll complete the Terraform with EC2 service. So then I can go to VPC for a couple of days. I'll explain the networkings and the VPC topics. Once your practice is done, then we'll come back to the HashiCorp and we will do the project. So during the middle of the class itself, I will be complete the topics because of once VPC creation is done in the GUI, the same way with the Terraform, I will complete the topic. So once the Terraform is completed, VPCs, once it is completed, I'll move to cloud formation. So this is the next 2 weeks plan. Are you clear?
Yes, sir,
So
clear.
If you're not comfortable in the networking class, you can leave it. Okay, better you can delete the recordings also. Don't follow that. Probably, okay. So my class is very good. If you are watching the class, if you understand, parallelly you have a time, right? So Saturday, Sunday is there. You can sit down, you can download all the videos in folder. Continuously, you can watch the classes. Take a break and watch the class. And mostly it's a crystal clear concept I was explained. Step-by-step concepts are explained. Okay. So diagrams are explained, even that the pictures are already shared. Okay. You can check that. That's your wish. If you want to repeat once again, I will repeat from the scratch. Otherwise, you want to prepare without wasting of your time and you are watching the recordings, that's also fine. I don't have any problem. I'll take care of it. Both are fine. I'm 100%. I'll take the class. Better, my suggestion, you can please watch the record before joining the class. If 2 times, if you're attending the class, the tough subject will be more easy for you. Okay, more easy for you. I'll ask Vanilla to put all the networking classes in one folder to share with you and the drive wherever it is. You can take that data. That's more important for you. Next, you go to database, any services, VPC is a must. Without VPC, if you are properly, if you are anything you are configuring, that's waste. So VPC is a definitely must concept. That's a security level concept we need to learn. Don't worry. Let's come back to this Terraform. So now we have understand what is the data source resources types will be there. The resources in AWS environment, what are the services are there? Directory, DynamoDB, DocumentDB, DynamoDB Accelerator, EC2 services, Elastic Compute Cloud. There's so many services, all the AWS services. Okay, all the AWS services related features wise, resources wise. The script is available readily in the Terraform page. This is a page. Okay. So now this particular concept we need to take and we need to build our environment. Okay. That we need to build our environment. You need a Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is required. So this is the tool, Visual Studio Code. You need to please install on your system. So once you are installed, they can start working the Terraform projects. The latest one, I already explained how to install Visual Studio Code. You please install it. So next question, Gopi. So are you ready to share your screen? We can set up one HashiCorp environment in the Linux. Because even though if you are setting up the HashiCorp in the Linux environment, we are going to practice on Windows machine only. Okay. Windows machine only. Because we don't have any GUI-based Linux machines. GUI-based Linux machines we don't have. So completely is a command line interface. So most of the environment we are using the Windows operating system. Laptops will be provided by the company. So we are going to use the Windows system and Terraform with the Visual Studio Code, and we can build the Terraform projects. Right. So please share your screen. Can you please go to EC2 location and create a new instance? Amazon Linux. Create a new mission, Gopi. So Amazon Linux, you can select, please. And you can select the old one, not the latest one. You can select the old one. Amazon Linux, the AMI is there. You please go there. You can select that. Select the drop-down list.
Yeah, I selected the old one only, the second one. Kernel.
Okay, 5.10, right? Okay. So now can select the T3 micro or T2 micro.
Okay.
And you can create a key pair and a default network location. Okay, everything default. Refresh the screen and take the public IP address and connect the server with putting. Okay. Type ls. Type ls. No data here. Type pwd. And present working directory location is home ec2 hyphen user. So here we need to create a. So we go to the temporary directory. Okay. Better can go to the temp directory. cd space /tmp. Enter. So now you directly move to the temp directory. So you can type pwd, you will get where it is located in the temp. So in the root temp directory is there. Now here, mostly it's a empty directory will be there. You can type ll. So now there's some system private file information is available. You can create one more folder here, mkdir Terraform. Enter. So now can cd Terraform, log into the Terraform folder. Okay, now can go to the browser and go to new window, type download Terraform. Just type Terraform, that's it. And go to the first option, the first link, scroll down. So select the Linux, select Linux, third one. So scroll down, scroll down. I think your screen is loading something. So now you can scroll up. There is an option called AMD 64-bit will be showing. Can you please go there? AMD 64-bit, yes. And there is an option, there's a download, right? So there you can right click, or you can right click. On the right side, AMD opposite, right click. Copy link address. Copy link address. And you can go to the terminal, Qt terminal, type wget, type wget, paste the URL and hit enter. So now can type LL. The Terraform 1.5.3 Linux AMD version was downloaded. Now we need to unzip the file. Okay. So type unzip, space, hit tab and enter. So that was successfully archived. So that means the files were unzipped. So type LL. So the Terraform folder is there. Now can do one thing. Type the command is mv. So I'll show you one information. That's the main binary files. Bin files will be there. That we can move to user local directory. So we can work there. So temporary directory is only for a few hours or maybe few days we will be maintained. After that we will deleting that. So what we need to do, remove the MV. Please remove the MV. Type cd Terraform. Enter.
Already in that we are in the same directory.
No, again one more Terraform directory is that. Okay, fine. So do one thing, cd space Terraform, sorry, /Terraform, /Terraform. Hit enter.
No directory. No such file or directory.
So do one thing, cd /, cd Terraform /user usr /local /bin. Enter.
No such files or directory.
So do one thing, MV Terraform space / USR /local /bin.
Permission denied.
1 minute. I think your screen is getting slow. Can type the same command. Before that, you can enter sudo. Type up arrow key. Type up arrow key. Press up arrow key, and before that, you can enter sudo. And hit enter. Perfect. Now can cd USR, sorry, cd /USR /local /bin. Perfect. Now can type ls. Okay, good. Now type a Terraform space -v. Space -v. Okay, good. So Terraform version 1.5.3 was installed successfully. Okay. Okay, guys. So now Terraform was successfully installed. Now it's working fine, right? So the next class we will be creating the first project in Terraform, and make sure everybody you need to install your local machine with a Terraform, and you can directly start working. Okay, so you don't require anything from the Linux machine. So Linux machine just I am helping for practice purpose, otherwise not required. So later on you can delete it. If you don't want, you can delete this machine. So work is same on both machines, but installation processes are different. So before ending this session, anybody questions now? No questions? Thank you. And before ending this session, there's a small important update. Everybody, can you please create a Microsoft Teams account with your personal email address? Okay, that's a free account is there. You please create it. So I'll be going to create a Teams group. So I'll be adding here. So if any data I will be sharing, so from the Microsoft Teams will be good for you. Okay. Even this is also cloud services only. So please start practicing the Microsoft Teams, chatting, Teams, calendar, calls. Okay. So these features you can try to use it. Huh? Don't forget.
Rajesh sir,
Hmm.
it can also be possible that in the group, one group, our batch, anybody, if any have a doubt, then he can put the question there and somebody can be help on that group.
That's their wish. Okay. I'm not responsible for that. Maybe if you have any doubts, no. So you please post on the WhatsApp group only. So our team will help you. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
but in
this
the
group I'm
WhatsApp
sharing
group,
for regularly, if whatever the typing, so maybe so Gopi Krishna is typing already in the some notes. So at the end of the day, he will share the notes on the chat. so everybody can able to visible and they can download locally. So maybe if your notepad anywhere, if you are saved now, so unfortunately if the system got corrupted, that will lose your data. So there is a
రాజేష్ వెళ్ళిపోయాడు అందరికి. He has